Hanson's.
A volunteer firefighter scales a 60-foot tree to rescue a pilot whose plane went down. Firefighters in Idaho say the 79-year-old pilot called 911 after his plane crashed, just as you see, into a treetop. Rescuers brought in rope and climbing gear to help find a way to get the man out. After careful consideration, they decided to call in a volunteer firefighter. Firefighters to the rescue. In fact, he owns a hazardous tree removal business as well and felt pretty comfortable climbing that high.
Rescued drones out of trees, got cats out of trees, but I've never climbed a tree with a plane in it. I've never seen anything like this happen. I'm just glad I was able to help.
Yeah, it was his first pilot. Right now, police are trying to figure out exactly what went wrong with the flight. My. A boy's curious mind prompts a surprising new discovery about how human senses work.
The boy's father started researching after his son wanted to know if snakes flick their tongues to smell. For the long time, taste and smell were thought of as independent senses, right? Well, after some research, it turns out the odor detecting sensors in your nose are also present in your taste buds. Researchers hope the new insight will shed some light on how smell and taste interact.
How have we not known that?
Fascinating,
time,
right?
isn't it?
A new toy is being designed to help teach reading to blind children.
Lego is creating a new type of Lego brick to teach blind children how to read Braille. Company is using an invention from the Danish Blind Society. Each Lego block will feature one Braille letter, and Lego hopes this teaching tool can be used as a toy by both blind but also sighted children as well to kind of help them become multilingual.
Kudos to Lego for that. Local 4 News at 6 is next.
And we are working on stories coming up from Southfield, Dearborn Heights, and Macomb Township. And here's Hank Winchester.
Flint, 5 years after the water switch, many pipes have been replaced, but the trust is still broken. You're going to hear from the real people of this community new tonight at 6 o'clock.
But first,
look away, we're gonna bust the window out, okay? And you gotta get out of the car. Can you open that door? Your car is on fire!
police from Macomb County do whatever they can to save the life of a suspected drunk driver whose car caught fire after he crashed.
At Gardner White.
Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 6 starts now.
A local city councilman in trouble over his feud with his neighbor that appears to have escalated too far. Sean.
A child dies in a makeshift cage, but in a shocking twist on Local 4, the charges against the couple accused have now been dropped.
A suspected drunk driver oblivious to the danger he's in.
Hey, come on, get out, come on. Oh, come on, no car. All right, your car's on fire, let's go, bro.
Caught on video, the dramatic rescue that took place before firefighters got there. Topping our news at 6, the brave decision that may have saved the life of a 28-year-old from Troy.
He was passed out inside his car after a crash, and Sterling Heights police were first to arrive.
They knew there was no time to wait, so they took action. Rod Maloney takes us through the dash cam that recorded it all.
A head-on collision in the rain will get any first responder's blood pumping.
He's in the car, man.
So, when the Sterling Heights officers arrived at 17 Mile and DeQuinder just before midnight April 14th, they sprinted to a red Dodge Stratus, its engine burning and its driver out cold in the passenger seat.
Hey!
The doors were locked. The officers had a center punch trying to break the glass.
Hey, man, look away. We're going to bust the window out, okay? And you got to get out of the car. Can you open that door? Your car is on fire. Come on!
Sterling Heights Lieutenant Mario Bastianelli.
Didn't work. They tried to do it, it didn't work.
And worse than that, the fire continued spreading into the passenger compartment, the driver not responding.
The driver's side door was damaged, but it was slightly open. So they were able to force open that door ultimately.
Hey, come on, get out, come on. Oh, come on, no car. All right, your car's on fire, let's go, bro. Come on!
Troy police tell Local 4 it turned out the driver was drunk, and even when the officers pulled him to safety, he wasn't very cooperative.
Get out of the car! Get out of the car!
Officers Wendell Potts on the left here and Jim Sribniak on the right were the heroes.
But obviously our officers are willing to risk their own lives to save another. And that's what these officers did. They did an outstanding job.
You don't see that every day. No.
Now, you don't see that every day. Now, the Troy police tell us that when the Sterling Heights cops pulled him out of that car, then an open vodka bottle spilled out onto the ground as well. So what'd they do? They gave him a breathalyzer. They claim he blew a .28 on that breathalyzer. And in the meantime, they say they arrested him, but he opted for a blood draw. That takes a couple of weeks. Now, it's been 10 days, so it could be the next few days that they'll get the results back, and they expect to have a warrant for his arrest so that they can arraign him at some future date. Reporting live, Rod Maloney, Local 4.
Okay, Rod. Devin.
Yeah, a story now you'll see only on Local 4. Charges suddenly dropped against a Wayne County couple, accused of deadly abuse toward a 2-year-old boy. Devin Bassesi was found dead in a pack and play. We first told you a dresser had been placed on top of sort of a makeshift cage. Well, Matthew Luke and Jamie Lynn Starr were facing murder charges. Well, those charges have been dismissed. Sean Lay just spoke with Devin's mother and is live over the pain that she's in over this now. Sean.
And Devin, here's the deal why these charges were dropped. There's no official cause of death for 2-year-old little Devin. So in court here, lawyers argued that the entire case should be thrown out, and that's exactly what's happened. Jessica Bassesi is in complete shock. Her 2-year-old son, Devin, died a year ago when he was placed in a pack and play and a dresser was placed on top of him, locked in a makeshift cage all alone for 16 hours. Devin suffocated when he got his neck trapped between the pack and play and the dresser, trying to get himself out. The couple who were supposed to be caring for Devin at the time, Matthew James Luke and Jamie Lynn Starr, they were charged with second-degree murder. But Local 4 has learned charges have been dropped against both of them, shocking the lead investigator on the case and Devin's mother.
Unspeakable. I can't even put into words how that feels. I don't want anybody to ever have to feel that.
Defense attorneys argued in one, saying a magistrate on the case abused their discretion when binding the case over for trial. Right now, no one is being held responsible for putting a little boy in a makeshift cage. No one is being held responsible for this little boy's horrible death.
It's simple as this. My child is gone forever. Somebody has to be held accountable, no matter what.
Right now, no one being held accountable for Devin's death. Wayne County Prosecutor's Office telling me tonight they're appealing the judge's decision. Devin, Kimberly, back to you.
What did the investigator on this case tell you about it, Sean?
Yeah, from Michigan State Police, we have talked. He said he was very surprised at the judge's decision. He says he's worked hard on the case. He's going to continue to work hard on the case to get justice for little Devin.
Yeah. All right, Sean. Kim.
Well, these two men certainly aren't the first neighbors who couldn't get along, but what happened between them last December has one of them, a Dearborn Heights city councilman, facing felony charges. Jermont Terry is live with the new developments in this case. Jermont, good evening.
Good evening, Kimberly. You know, sometimes neighbors, they do feud, but what went down on this block left two neighbors, one who just happens to be a city council member, arrested and both charged. Now, according to prosecutors, the council member did not like the fact that someone was deliberately taking newspapers and just dumping them on his front porch, and he believed it was his neighbor all along. All is calm on Havelock Street this afternoon, but today two neighbors, Nicholas Dido and Raymond Muscat, were each charged due to a fight that spilled out on this Dearborn Heights block back in December. According to prosecutors, Dido was suspected of tossing newspapers in this driveway. This is the home of Councilmember Muscat. The investigation shows Muscat believed Dido would dump the old newspapers numerous times, but on this day, Muscat caught him in the act and confronted his neighbor. Prosecutors say Dido ignored the council member and went to his home, but the council member was accused of storming into the man's house, banging on the door, eventually breaking inside. Once inside, fists were thrown by both. The fight spilled onto the sidewalk where police were called. Those on the council, including the city council chair, backs the councilman.
Council fully supports Ray Muscat. We are confident he will be exonerated.
Dido made news earlier this year when the feds charged him with setting several fires, including the strip mall in Inkster, where several businesses were destroyed. But now the councilman faces a felony for home invasion. It carries a 5-year prison sentence. His colleagues believe this won't stick.
Councilman Muscat is a stand-up person. I've known him for a long time.
Now, according to many people that we talked to, and including the council chair, this is an ongoing dispute between the council member and Dido. I should point out I stopped by the councilman's house and also Dido's house. No one answered, but we do know that the councilman will be formally charged and arraigned on these charges first thing tomorrow morning. For now, reporting live in Dearborn Heights, Jermont Terry, Local 4.
We'll be following it. Okay, Jermont, thank you.
A Southfield massage therapist is suspended for allegedly sexually assaulting his clients. The Department of Licensing and Regulatory Affairs announced today the suspension of Carl Ellis's massage license. That means he can't practice massage therapy until it's determined whether he did or didn't break Michigan's public health code. The suspension comes after 2 of Ellis's clients came forward to report the allegations.
A Local 4 News update on the semi-truck crash into a house in Macomb Township. The Macomb County Sheriff's Office says no one was seriously injured in that crash. Nobody was home at the time, which has now become something of a tourist attraction along 26 Mile near Omo Road. The Sheriff's Office says no charges will be filed. The investigation found this all started after the semi blew a tire.
Preliminary hearings continued for suspended Livingston County Judge Teresa Brennan. The judge did not make a decision on whether Brennan will go to trial for felony charges, including perjury. That's a decision that's going to be made on June 26th. Brennan faces the charges, accused of destroying evidence in her own divorce case and then lying about it under oath. If the case goes to trial and Brennan is convicted, she could see over 20 years in prison.
All right, let's see what Lester Holt and his team are working on for Nightly News tonight, immediately following this broadcast.
Lester's live tonight in New York City with a preview of what's coming up. Hi, Lester.
Hey, Devin and Kim, coming up, the warning from health officials about the so-called kissing bug. It's an insect that can spread a silent killer disease. We'll tell you what you need to know to protect your family. Plus, all the Motown fans in Detroit, my conversation with the last living original Temptation, Otis Williams. He shares what it's like to see his story on stage at a new Broadway musical.
Yeah.
Always curious about what folks like Otis Williams say about the music they hear now, right?
Yeah, you know, I asked him, I said, is there one of your songs that still brings chills? And he went with My Girl, which is the same one that does that to me. So we're going to have an interview with him and the cast tonight.
Awesome. Can't wait to see it.
Yeah, Detroiters definitely want to tune in for that. Okay, thanks, Lester. Well, we know what it's like to watch Jeopardy James make the game show his, personal ATM, we'll call it.
Ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. But what's it like to be one of the unfortunate contestants trying to beat him? We'll hear from a local woman who found out and reveals what makes him so good at the game.
Plus, here's Beth.
Kim and Devin, we are tracking just a little bit of light rain right now on 4 Live radar. There's going to be a whole lot more of it tonight, and snow on the way this weekend. Yeah, snow. We'll talk about that ahead.
5 years ago today, it happened. Flint made the water switch. Now we are with the people in this community, and they have an important message for you.
5 years ago today, Flint lives were changed forever. Of course, April 25th marks the anniversary of when city officials switched over from Detroit's water supply to the Flint River to save money. Seems like a long time ago. For Flint residents, they're still working to recover, of course. And our Hank Winchester has been closely covering this crisis for now a half-decade. Hank, you've been catching up with these families again today.
And Devin, we have, and let's start with some good news tonight. The good news and the reality in Flint is things are a lot better today than they were just a year ago. Thousands of pipes have been replaced in Flint. They're getting the lead out. But the reality is the majority of people that live here still rely on bottled water, and they will for many years. And there's one important reason why. Flint today, bottled water on front porches, filters on sinks. If you didn't know better, you'd have no idea. The water switch happened 5 long years ago. What do you say to the people who say, well, she's got the new pipe, the water could probably be okay, what's the problem?
Trust.
Most people, like Francine Dyes, don't drink water from the tap, and never will.
Everybody knew the Flint River hadn't had anything done to it.
It'd been a mess for years.
It had there was no maintenance.
I first visited Francine a few years ago.
This is the water without the filter.
She was scared then, she's scared today.
They wanted us to believe when they switched over, and that was ludicrous.
Meet Mother Jones.
So some people are still experiencing some issues.
She helps run the water distribution center here at her Flint church. Inside, the water fountain remains covered. Signs above the sink warn you to stay away.
Today, they started lining up at 5:30 a.m.
for water.
For water. We don't even open the site until 10.
Flint has seen tremendous changes. Thousands of lead pipes changed out, new educational programs for children. But the one thing you can't buy, trust. It's still broken, and it may never be fixed.
It's a trust factor.
Back out here live in downtown Flint, Governor Whitmer was on the north side of Flint today meeting with people in one neighborhood, and she said it over and over. I wasn't responsible for this mess, but I'm working to make it right. But it's going to take a while to earn back that trust. We're live here tonight in Flint. Hank Winchester, back to you.
Her moment of waiting.
Devin, the other thing, I'm sorry. Yes. Go ahead.
I was just going to say her moment of waiting to answer your question before she got trust said so much. But what are we hearing now about how long the free water will be given out?
And Devin, there's good news in that, too. Nestle's made the commitment to continue the free water distribution. It sounds like it's going to continue through the end of the summer. That's when most of the pipes will be replaced. I also want you to know that we put together a video blog, a timeline of events here in Flint. We're going to have that for you looking back on our website, clickondetroit.com. Back to you.
Sure will. All right, Hank.
Well, the entire country has been watching Jeopardy James mow down the competition for the past 2 weeks. An Ann Arbor woman was among the contestants who suffered the sting of defeat.
He's been an assassin. She got to see James Holzhauer up close and told our Paula Tutman what makes him so tough, but also how his winning streak might end.
So here's the thing about Jeopardy. It's actually shot months in advance, and so Ann Arbor's Rebecca McNitt had no idea she was going up against the guy they call Juggernaut James. He is a phenom who is absolutely sweeping the game. She didn't realize it until she met him in a holding room, and then when she got a chance to play against him, she observed him very closely and says she thinks she knows why he plays so well. The name Ken Jennings is iconic when you talk about Jeopardy success stories, winning 74 games in 2004 and winning $2.5 million. But consider this, current reigning money champion is James Holzhauer,
a professional sports gambler from Las Vegas, Nevada,
who's already won half of what Jennings won in a fraction of the time.
Cash winnings total $1,061,554.
When Rebecca McNitt played against him, she says she figured out the magic, a quinfecta of talents that include he is a very good player.
He's very smart.
He is fast on that buzzer.
I knew a lot of the questions that were up on the board, but I was ringing in and being beaten on many of the questions.
He is lucky, getting lots of daily doubles.
The answer there is the daily double.
And then having the guts, courage, and cojones to bet big.
The house limit, please.
All right.
And the fifth element is his strategy of going big early in the game with seemingly no fear of going home.
Oh, you're making that big a bet.
So what could possibly knock him out? One answer, one wrong question, one big bet, and time. What are the odds?
If any of those things is off, there's always the possibility that someone could beat him.
And of course you know where you can find Jeopardy, right? Right here on Local 4. How will he do tonight? Watch and see. Paula Tutman, Local 4.
That's right, Paula. And James is going for his 16th win tonight. He's already won, as we said, more than $1 million.
We'll see how he does coming up here tonight on Local 4 at 7:30. I always think the returning champion has a little bit of an advantage because they understand the timing of the buzzer.
You know, that's a lot of it, I think.
It takes everybody else a while to sort of catch on, and by then he's already up $7,000, $8,000.
And when the contestant is in the promo board instead of the host,
you know how it's going.
You know that he's doing something
indication.
special. We talked about this at 5. We should probably put a graphic warning on the weather. So if you have a weak stomach,
your eyes.
Turn away. This is the snowfall that we are expecting this weekend, and I can hear the audible gasps all across Metro Detroit. Now, before you run out and get the shovels and gas up the blowers, keep in mind this is the stuff that's going to fall, and we titled this "If It All Stuck," which it won't. Temperatures are really going to be above freezing the entire time. So most of this is going to be on grassy surfaces, mailboxes, deck railings, and probably only about half of some of these numbers that you see here. In fact, let's look at the temperatures. This is 2 a.m. on Sunday morning as we just start getting into the 30s here in the north zone, still in the 40s. So we'll start seeing that transition from rain to snow. Here are your lows on Sunday morning. Notice everybody's above freezing. And then by lunchtime, maybe a little bit after, half of us are going to be in the 50s. So whatever does show up on Sunday morning, it is not going to last very long. But just keep in mind when you wake up and look out the window, you can hear the gasps again. Downtown Detroit is cloudy right now in 58. We've got a little bit of an east wind. There were some spots that got some sunshine today, and those were mainly in our north and west zone where the 60s still hanging out up there for current temperatures. We will get back to the 60s tomorrow afternoon despite all the rain we are expecting. That's what's really on our plate first, and we've got a ton of it down here across central parts of Indiana and Ohio, and we're in for a soaker tonight as that low sort of goes north and east of us. It's going to drag that moisture right over top of us. So 6 a.m. for the commute tomorrow, it's going to be raining, especially on the east side. That's going to continue through the first half of the afternoon. Some spots just from the water alone could get an inch plus, and that's mainly going to be downriver in our south zone. And then here it is. Here comes that snow Saturday night into Sunday morning. And again, a lot of it name only, but it's going to be on the lawns for at least a few hours. Temperatures, or I should say rainfall amounts tomorrow. Everything in the blue shade is an inch plus. So downriver, city of Detroit into the south zone, you're looking at 1, possibly as much as 1.5 inches down here towards Lake Erie. But you get out in the west and north zone and those totals slacking off pretty quick. In fact, maybe just a few hundredths up in Flint. And our north zone, definitely less than 1 inch here. Some of the higher totals are going to be out towards the lake, maybe getting up towards 1 inch there in Port Huron, but generally a lot less than we're expecting in our metro and south zone. Temperatures tonight going down to 47 as that rain increases overnight. Highs tomorrow at 62. So the rain gets out of here about noon. Then we'll look for that sunshine to emerge. Temperatures on Saturday and Sunday cooler, but still warm enough to get rid of whatever Mother Nature decides to throw at us on Sunday morning. So not what you want to see on the last weekend of April.
I know.
Tough.
Just ready for it to say goodbye.
Yeah, really.
Yep.
All right, Bernie's coming up with sports. Stay with us.